Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering, off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series of videos I've been doing for a little while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I have been waiting for this one, and I've been good, so now I get to review it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my cultist black shirt, one with a little chibi design. See, they're all kind of chibi. But what the hell is Cultist Black, though? Cultist Black are a band. I mean, I'm trying kind of like, they're sort of a nu metal band. You know, they have some nu metal elements to them, though I wouldn't remark them as being like distinctly nu metal. But they're kind of part of that new generation of sort of nu metal sound that's really been sort of, coming forward in the last few years. I think they got started, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019, because I kind of remember, of course, the whole, pandemic thing happened not too long after. I'm a really big fan of these guys. I've seen them perform live a few times now. I actually got to see them perform live just a few weeks ago at the time I'm doing this. That's where I got the shirt. I also got some videos of their performances that I've attended. They are on the channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out, sort of see what they're about. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're an absolutely incredible band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I have been waiting for this one for a while. Like, I want to say this was announced maybe even as far back as like late 2024, something like that. There were rumblings at the very least. And I'm always on the lookout for new flavors of this particular item because, well, they're a thing. Yeah. Sorry, I was doing a little yard work earlier. But what is it, folks? What's it from? Boom! It's from Mountain Dew. This is their new Baja Cabo Citrus Soda. Ooh. Natural and artificial tropical citrus punch flavor. By the way, folks, I have reviewed enough Mountain Dew that I actually have an entire playlist for Mountain Dew reviews called MTN Dew Madness, Mountain Dew Madness. This review will end up on that particular playlist. Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like that. And something like that. We'll just get and let's give it a go. Yes, this sounds like it should be amazing. Like, Mountain Dew is already kind of citrusy, and then you got like the Baja aspect of it, so kind of a Baja Blast Mountain Dew scent. So, ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. You can literally taste all the different elements that they built off of in this. You get sort of that core Mountain Dew flavor, that sort of general sort of citrusy kind of Mountain Dew vibe. Then on top of that, you get that sort of cooling kind of Baja Blast sort of flavor vibe. And then on top of that, that's where you get the Cabo citrus vibe, where you get more of like a sharp kind of a acidic citrus sort of hit. That's really cool. I like this. And apparently it's perfect pairing with Doritos. By the way, Mountain Dew and Doritos teamed up. They did a Baja Blast-ish flavored Doritos. I reviewed it. Go look that up if you're interested. I really like this. It reminds me of some sort of drink, but I can't think of what off the top of my head. But yeah, it has all those different elements that I was talking about. Again, like that core sort of Mountain Dew aspect, that Baja Blast aspect. But what really sells it for me is that added citrus, because I like normal Mountain Dew. It's fine. It's not like my favorite flavor of Mountain Dew, but it's a stalwart. Always works for you. Baja Blast, I'm a little bit more here or there on. Plus, I've always been salty about it because several years ago, at the time I'm doing this, in fact, probably closer to 10 at this point, Mountain Dew did a competition between Baja Blast and Pitch Black to see which one would win as a permanent flavor. And Pitch Black won. They had to do a runoff, but Pitch Black did win. And they did have Pitch Black as a regular flavor for a while, and then they just gave up on it, and eventually Baja Blast came back, and Raz-a-frazzin'. And I like Pitch Black a lot. So, yeah, for me personally, I like the edge that added citrus gives it. I really like that. Because it creates a nice contrast to, kind of, it's already building off, again, a little bit of that sort of citrus vibe from the normal Mountain Dew. But the Baja Blast, again, it has more of that sort of like cooling sort of vibe to it and everything. And I feel like this, it just creates, like I said, like a nice contrast for it. So if you watch my channel, you know, like contrasting flavors anyway. But it goes over there, instead of it just kind of being a little bit one note, or maybe 1.5 note. That's kind of what I would consider the Baja Blast. This gives it that full second note. Gives it more dimension, creates that nice contrast to the flavors. It just gives a little bit of bite, and I like that in a soda. So, excuse me. I really enjoy this. It's very tasty. That's something I can really get down with. And I mean, I've reviewed plenty, like I said, plenty of Mountain Dew flavors, and I've enjoyed the fact that they've sort of given Baja Blast like its own pantheon, and every year we get a couple of new Baja Blast flavors to sort of, indulge in. And I like this one. I think this one really hits nicely for me. It feels smart. It feels like they took the flavors that were present and really found something nice and new to pair them with. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. I think this is a damn fine Mountain Dew. My only point of contention with it so far is that I've only been able to find it in like 12 packs. And especially doing reviews, it's nice when I can find them in singular things, because if they suck, then I'm only one thing down, Whereas if they suck and I have a 12-pack, well, I have 11 more to look forward to. But in this case, it works out because I really like it. So, I have 11 more of these to enjoy. If I'm recommending it, I think I'm absolutely recommending this. I think this is a really good Mountain Dew. I've mentioned in the past with other Mountain Dew flavors, like one of the things that helps sell me personally on a Mountain Dew is personality. Because some Mountain Dews, well-intentioned though they may be, just aren't that interesting. They're just kind of, they're fine. There might, I don't know if I've ever had a bad Mountain Dew, although Whiteout was never one that I was that into. But, I think, again, they always have good intentions, but I feel like some of them are just, they're very forgettable. With this, I don't feel like that's the case. This feels like a flavor combination that is going to stick in my head, and it's going to be something that, I'm sure this is going to be a limited time flavor. This is going to be one I'm going to miss, when they decide to filter in, the next run of Baja flavors next year or whatever. So I would say get it while you can, because I do think it's really tasty. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly Baja-tastic rest of your life. Because sure, why the fuck not, I guess. Works with the theme of the review. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you had a personal favorite Baja flavor? I like the pineapple one, of course, because I'm a pineapple slut. I can't remember what the hell the name of it was, but they brought it out 2 years in a row, which made me happy. I was a big fan of that one. Obviously, I like this one quite a bit, but there have been quite a few at this point. I think at least like half a dozen or so. So, what about you? What's been your personal favorite? Maybe it's even just the original one. So, anyway.